Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
You know what else? Oh, hi, guys. So today I'm going to be doing a bit of a different video. Well, it's very, very different. I feel like I've been starting all my videos with Fergie in the cross ties. So yeah, basically, by the way, guys, my Wi-Fi has been really, really down today for some reason. We've had a really big storm where I live right now, so if at any point it freezes or lags, I'm trying my best. I just can't get a good clip without it consistently lagging. So yeah, but yeah, so basically here, as you can see, I just got Fergie, my horse. He is my Grand Prix stallion. I am forever grateful that I own him, and he is a wonderful, wonderful horse. I'm just speaking to you while I tack up, as you can see here, so just grooming him down, as you can see. He's a little bit sensitive around his belly. He had some colic as a foal, which affected him a little bit. He's quite sensitive. But yeah, so I'm going to do a bit of a voiceover while I tack him up. Then I just picked out his hooves. It's very, very important to do this, so yeah. Once I'd done all of that wonderful, just everything, it was now time to tack him up. So today I went for a greeny matchy set. Yeah, so here, as you can see, and then he just went for a normal jumping saddle, very, very basic with my stirrups and everything, and then just a very, very basic Rex Stamper bridle for my sponsors down there. Shout out to Rex Stamper, they do the best horseware stuff in the world. Those are my silver quick release stuff. So yeah, then I just added in some leg wraps. We weren't going particularly big, and these were more hunter jumps rather than, you know, like proper fences. And then, sorry, more like people walking past my house, aren't they? Not long yet. It's so awkward. They're taking selfies. Okay, I think I'm good. But yeah, so once I tapped him up, it looks like I'm talking to myself. Was then time for me to just, okay, they're gone. Some people were like walking past my house staring at me because I work in my front room in my house where I film my YouTube videos here, and then there were just some random people staring at me because they thought I was talking to myself. Oh my gosh, that was awkward. There was just a bunch of random people just staring at me. Anyway, it's an awkward moment. But yeah, so then I just led him out to the door. Recently I got a new arena fitted, and it is the mountain arena. I really like it. It was quite expensive, and it is full of hunter fences. But yeah, sorry. It turns out I didn't film until I was mounted. Oh my god, my game is lagging. 1 sec. There we are. We are good. But yeah, so we got the mounted, even though it's fitted with hunter fences, I'm fine with that. I mean, they're hunter and solid fences, so even though I'm an event, even though I do a little bit of show jumping and a little bit of eventing, it's quite a nice balance. Because of just, yeah, it's a very, very nice balance, and I just really, really like taking my horses up there. It's also great for project horses because I can school in there, which means that I can kind of jump and school in the same arena. So for project horses and ponies, it's quite, you know, like easy. Here, as you can see, I was just trotting out my ranch. I'm really, really lucky to live in the country and have all of these amazing horses out with me, and also be blessed enough to be a professional rider. Here, as you can see, I was wearing my back protector slightly later on in the video, as this bit of the video was at about 5-ish. However, when it got to about 6-ish, I put on my sweater because it was starting to get a lot chillier, and a short sleeve t-shirt and a back protector just wouldn't suffice. But yeah, I prefer not to, especially when I'm jumping in solid fences, to put quarter rags on my horses. However, I do school in them when they're, you know, in water rugs is just not my preference when jumping, especially the kind of height we did today. We did quite big solid fences, and when I say first time jumping hunter and solid fences, it was more first time with, like, properly with me. Like, he'd just done vlogs without hacking, obviously, just things like that, but he's never done it in a proper controlled environment, if that makes sense, and it being treated as cross country, that makes no sense. But yeah, it was his first time properly doing it, not just trotting in some vlogs without hacking. I'm walking through some water and stuff. It's quite basic, but yeah, here as you can see, I was just warming him up on the way down to the arena. This was just so we could get straight away started. As it's a 20-minute walk down to the arena, it was a little bit frustrating that this was the only bit of land we could get planning permission on. We can actually trailer down if we're in a rush, however I do prefer not to trailer down, just because firstly the environment, and second of all, it takes about the same time, because by the time you put the horse in travelling gear, loaded them up, driven obviously, got out the other end, put your boots on and everything, got the horse out, tacked them up, then actually gone from a parking space into the arena. It's about the same time, and then you've got to warm up, so it's slightly slower driving, and going this way just gets the horses warmed up, and it's a nice little hack for them. Here as you can see, there's a nice little coven cove that the road goes through. The first time he went through here, he was a little bit challenging. However, I didn't vlog that, unfortunately. But yeah, he's a great horse. I do really like riding him. As you can see, I do canter him down for a lot of the way, just because he's quite a fit horse. He's ridden every single day as well as being lunged, so he's quite fit. He's a very lovely boy, but yeah. I do wish I would have built this new arena somewhere slightly closer to the yard, as a hack does annoy me sometimes. However, this was the only place that we could get planning permission. If you guys don't know what planning permission is, basically people from the local area have got to approve an arena, and basically none of my neighbours or people that kind of, because I've got some people that own sizes of the ranch and people that live along this trail, believe it or not, some people live along this trail, and they basically said no. So people in your big 10-mile radius, I think 10-mile radius, have to approve the arena, or any regular travellers along this road. Basically none of the people said yes. In short, only a few people said yes, and they were really like my staff that wanted the arena as well, and my liveries. So, you know, that wasn't really going to happen. So yeah, in the end, I had it built down here. We did always own some land down here. It was more really just some old land. So, Starshine, when it was like a western ranch, used to own all of this. But yeah, it doesn't own it anymore, so we just thought that we would. But yeah, it all got sold in the end due to financial problems with the old owner, so only this little tiny chunk of land remained. I think they forgot to sell it, in all honesty. I am so sorry, I can't ignore this person. Layla Sweet Clover. God, being annoying. Wait, 1 minute, is that my friend? No, it's not. Here, as you can see, we're just having a gentle little walk before we get around to the arena. And I click my finger. This is the arena. Whoa, look at that juicy canvas. Here, as you can see, as soon as I got down there, I just thought I'd trot him over to this tyre post, check my girth. I also have my stirrups on quite about a hole lower to make the hack over a bit more comfortable. So I decided I'd get off, let him have a little bit of a breather, have a drink and some hay before we started getting into it. As you can see, I just did my girth over a few holes, as even though he's a big horse, and you might not think he does it because it's only really little ponies, he does puff his belly out for his girth. So had to sort that out, as well as just popping my stirrups up a few holes. I can actually do it on the horse, obviously, as a professional rider, you know, I can do it on the horse, but I just decided I'd give him a little break. That was just personal opinion there. But yeah, so once I checked everything, made sure everything was okay, the saddle had also slipped a little bit, so I kind of yanked it up a little bit. It was now time for us to get riding. I'm now going to shut up and put these clips to some music. by the way, we started out small and then worked bigger. This is really meant to curve around in a bit of a shape. However, we just decided, as it was his first time he's jumped in this arena before, but it was just a tiny crossbar when we did a schooling session in here once. We just thought we'd end up with a little cross because he'd been such a good boy, with a reward. And yeah, in the end, we just ended up. But yeah, we've never jumped any of these solid fences before. This top end of the arena is more cross-country schooling, so yeah. This was our first little pop over one of the bigger fences and longer fences. They were a little bit more challenging for him. As a horse, it's not very experienced in cross-country. However, because they're kind of hunter fences, they are a little bit knockable. Even though they're not as knockable as what he normally jumps, they are slightly safer than the very traditional Warwick straight up fence. These fences actually do look like the Warwick event ones, but they have been very cleverly designed. Paid extra money for this, guys. So they would, as you can see, had it spooked and bolted, but so they we decided that we would just get ones that were knockable rather than the traditional ones, because then I could have people try horses in here with it being like safer and everything. I also shared this arena with Dundle, so they paid half the price and everything, but yeah. Here, as you can see, we decided, because this arena is a lot bigger arena and it's made for cross-country schooling rather than just like a normal arena, you can actually gallop in this arena, which I find so much easier. Here, as you can see, we were just practicing galloping, schooling over these. He's definitely got a pretty promising career in eventing. I can definitely see him going into eventing. You can see just not one. He always pulls a tantrum when the oxen is like bucking. You can tell he's quite a careful show jumper, but you know, he's quite yeah, he's a very nice horse. But yeah, I just find he does tend to like. I do think he'd be a good eventer. That's what I'd say. I'd say his only issue is he's never done eventing previously. Here, you can see, had a refusal and knocked it, but it collapsed, which is very nice. It's kind of our first test. But yeah, what's quite nice is, yeah, the fact that he can. Yeah, I think it would be quite nice to give him a go at eventing. He just hasn't had a go before, as he came from a home where his mum was a show jumper, his dad was a show jumper, it was a show jumper in the yard. His rider was a show jumper, the rider's coach was a show jumper, his backer backed show jumping horses. It was all very show jumpery. He was immediately just gone, you're a show jumper, you have no other choices. With him, I'm going to be doing a few events. As you can see, he loved the cross country, so you may see an event vlog coming out soon, or me taking him out over a proper cross country course, not just some knockable fences in my little arena. But yeah, he's a very lovely lad. I really enjoy having him and riding him. He is a little bit difficult, and we bought him a little over a year ago now. However, he has improved my riding so much. We might actually enter the Orbit Grand Prix a little bit later on. He also is a lot better at bigger fences than my little pony, my smaller ones. you so much for watching, everybody. Please give this video a like and subscribe. That was a smooth transition, wasn't it? Congratulations to me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button for more videos. I'm sorry these have been mainly dominated by him. It's just really been, I love him a lot, and also he's a great show jumper that's quite fun to try new things on. I will try to even out the content now, but also groom, tack up and ride with me are kind of all I can do at the moment, because things like Days in the Lives take a lot of time to film and edit, and with a lot of Days in the Life, I get to about 10 o'clock, and I've got, you know, like a lesson, and then I have to straight away ride. I've got 30 minutes to ride, and then I've got another lesson, and then I've got a competition, and then I've got a lesson, and then I've got another, it just gets very stressful, and then I'm just like, oh, which one's more important, getting to my lessons on time or filming this? So, but yeah, also they take like several hours to edit, like a good 5 hours to edit, I'm not gonna lie, and yeah, it just also takes a lot of time out of my day to film, so I'm trying to find a quieter day. In my area, as well, we have quite high COVID cases here, so we might go back into quarantine. If we do go under quarantine, it might be slightly easier, because obviously I will have less lessons, and obviously not really any competitions, which is nice, because it gives me a bit more relaxed time, but I do really enjoy it. Hopefully I'll be able to do one soon over Vlogmas, but also guys, remember, well, this is pre-recorded in my October break, so don't judge this, any of this. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!